G'day guys, Troy K here and welcome to another episode of K Brothers Pythons. What's today's episode all about? These gorgeous things, black-headed pythons. Well, this one's missing the black head, a bit of gold head, but that's polygenic breeding for you. Dan will be going through and showing you how he started from like this girl here, his original DJ girl, how he's worked his way through with years of breeding, producing animals like this stunning white girl here, through to a nice gold chin ocelot, and now producing animals like this. He'll update you on some of the pairings that we've got going on this year, and might tell you some of the outcomes that we're hoping to produce. Hope you enjoy.
Alright guys, well as Troy said, we'll go through today and show you some of the pairings we're going to be doing this year with the black-headed pythons. We'll start with the original founder female. Always have trouble saying that name. Beautiful big contrast on this girl. She's the original female that produced a lot of the third, fourth generation things in this room. Nice contrast, beautiful big snake. Favourite snake in the room. Get her back in there. Don't know why I put her around my neck, but it seemed like a good thing to do at the time. In you go, darling. Now she produced a female that we'll go to next, what we call the white girl. She's not specifically white, but she's just not black, that's why we call it that. Now this is her here. Beautiful big female. One of the favourites in this room. So we did an F1 back cross to her a few years ago and we got some offspring off her in there. So and we've bred them as well, so we're getting through to the third generation as well, which is getting very interesting with some of the babies, like that baby that Troy was holding at the start. She gets a little bit of a black tipping through winter, which is interesting, but as soon as winter finishes, breeding cycle's done, the summer kicks in, she sheds that out and comes good again, you know. Very interesting, these colour changer animals. This is another daughter of that female up there. This is a nice snake, this girl. We bred her last year, we got something very, very interesting out of the egg. So we'll do that pairing again, try to recreate it. She's starting to come up to a breeding shed. So we'll still pair her today though, but she's, don't know if you can pick it up, but she's got some nice striping down the back of the spine, almost like a train track sort of pattern. So when she sheds, she'll be stunning and produce hopefully that stunning thing in the egg that you don't know about. We've got, this is a model female here. So she's a little bit big. We tried to shred a bit of weight off her. The problem with black-headed pythons is if you miss them 1 year of breeding, you've got to be careful when you're introducing the new fat onto them, because they do get a little bit too fat, a little bit too obese. So the idea is to get a few more model animals. Down the back of the tail, she's a little bit modelled. So some of her offspring we've got holding back, they're looking a lot more modelled than this thing is, so that'll be very, very interesting. Just a little boy down the bottom. We keep the boys down the bottom and introduce them up the top in breeding time. Gets a bit cold down the bottom cages, so you don't want to leave them in there during winter. Females. This is a daughter of the white girl that we had out, and this is a granddaughter of that original Big Joe female we had out first off. Now we bred her a few years in a row, this one. She produces some stunning snakes. Nice big heavy girl. You can see the ocelots down the side of her. Beautiful snake. So we'll pair her back again this year to the same pairings we did last year, and trying to recreate some of those stunning animals that we produced. Back in you go, darling. The thing about black-headed pythons is they're calm as kittens. Very easily handled. This is another daughter here. This is another one. I'll touch on this one later on. This is another one. We'll touch on this girl later on. This is another female from the white girl. So we've got a good range of females from that offspring to get through the system. So I'll get some boys in and sort them out, and we'll show you some other girls down the line.
So one line we got going on with the black-headed pythons is this blackback WA line. As you can see, absolutely stunning. Now she produced last year. She was only a small girl last year. She was only 2.5 years of age. She did produce, but unfortunately all the eggs, they made it 3 weeks, 4 weeks in the incubator. They're gone, all went off. So that was unfortunate, but we have got a stunning blackback WA male, which we'll just go grab now. So these animals were originally bred by Peter Krause, like one of the legends in in Australia herpetoculture. Come here, make a mess everywhere. And as you can see, a little bit flighty this boy, but like, he's got the potential there. He's a clutch mate to the girl. Still holds that black, and this is what we're trying to get out. A few more animals that have got just this gorgeous black stripe the whole way down the back. So like I said, no good last year. This year, let's see how we go with them.
Okay guys, so we'll move on to some classic banded black-headed pythons, and then we'll go from there onto some of the evolution of the ocelots and what we're going to do in the future with those. Now this is a little classic banded Dejara female. Nice contrast on this girl. Nice thin bands, but the contrast is what's exciting. Beautiful little snake there. So we'll pair a similar sort of boy to that, just try and lighten that up a little bit. So that'll be nice. We'll use the same boy with that as what we use over the mother, and this is the mother here. So she's a beautiful female. Love that girl. So she's the pinstripes carried through. They're not as thin as this girl, but they're still a lovely sort of carry on from that breeding. So that should be interesting. Another little red female here. So accentuates some of this red, but then again the same sort of classic sort of a banded pattern, you know. So a very pretty snake in itself though. Now this is the original female. This is a daughter from the first original Dejara we showed you at the beginning, the big classic banded girl. And this is a daughter here. She's got some slight hints of ocelot down the side, tiny little stripe down the tail, and that's where it begins, just spotting little things that are slightly different. She's got a bit of gold in the head as well, but I'll leave her through there. But just spotting things that are slightly different and just carrying on from there, pairing the animals that look the same together, you know. So we'll go through from her and to her daughter, which is over here. And she's going under a hide, what they like to do. She's a pretty snake. Come here, darling. She's 2.5 years of age. Still fairly small, but we hope to get some nice animals out of her. Come here, sweetheart. Sorry, guys. There she is there. You can see the nice ocelots down the side of her. Nice pattern. She's got the gold through her head and that as well. So that's the generation from her carrying on. Now what we're going to do with this female is inject some exanthic blood into these animals. So here's the boy here. Now it's another project. Everything's a project. So injecting this into the female, so breeding this boy with this female, we'll inject the ocelots and some more gold through into the exanthic bloodlines, and then at the next generation we'll pair the hets together and so forth and accentuate some of that pattern in through the exanthic bloodlines. So that'll be interesting. Be good to see in the future.
So when Dan and I are out the back and we're talking about the different black-headed pythons, the different pairings that we're doing for the season, we need little names to work out which animals we're talking about. Because all the codes, trying to remember all them is just a nightmare. And we're not an imaginative lot, so if it's got a gold chin, we call it a gold chin. You know, if it's got ocelots, we call it ocelot. If it's got a bareback, bareback. These line here, there was something about them. There was a trio up for sale a couple of years ago. So Dan bought them, he ran them through the quarantine. They come out last year. And we weren't 100% sure what to call them, so we just call them our Tanzan line because Tanzan's the person that Dan bought them off of. Last year, he done the F1 back cross with the son over the mum, and half the bubs come out with that bit of a mosaic looking pattern, so that was pretty cool. This year, the sister's up the size, so he gets to do that pairing. So it could be a hit, could be a miss, we never know, but that's the fun when it comes to breeding anything, I suppose. You know, if it hits, awesome. If it's a miss, well hey, there's always next year. Now Denver spoke about this train track blackhead female before, and that we'd done the pairing last year and then it produced something very interesting. This is the pairing that we did. We crossed the coral calico male over the train track female. Now the interesting animal that they produced, unfortunately, it didn't survive. And we're saying the word interesting because, to be honest, we don't know what it was, so we can't tell you what it was. Just that it was interesting. We're doing the same pairing again, and if we can get a living one, you guys will be the first to know about it.
Okay, so we're back to these females now. This is a boy we're going to introduce with this girl. He's got similar sort of ocelot and stripe patterns. The colour's a little bit different, but the pattern's the same. That's what we want to accentuate. So there's another young boy that we're going to be putting with this eventually. I'll grab that one now and show you. Excuse me, coffee cups. Brought this little male out. Now this is what we're up to with the generations. And this is a gorgeous little boy. This will be worked up to be able to work with this female in the future and to work with his mum as well. This is the mother here. So this is what all the years of polygenic breeding we've got to. This is mother of the white girl. The white girl was the progeny of their original Dejara female, so this is onto the 3rd generation. So we'll put some food into this boy and this will get worked up, and next year when he's 18 months he should be big enough to breed. Pull with this girl, pull with that girl eventually maybe, and off we go, the start of a new line of black-headed pythons, completely different to what you're used to seeing of a wild type.